welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm Brandy Smith.
And I'm Alex Carter.
Congratulations to our Jayhawks for the 13 straight. That was awesome. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game. It was exciting, 13 in a row. I think right up there with UCLA is one of the best programs consistently in college basketball history. So that's good.
Yeah, we still, I had to work the game, unfortunately, but I work in the DeBruce Center, and I believe we still have a lot of the shirts and towels and hats and stuff. So if you want to go out and support, I would definitely get some of those. Have you ever been to any of the games before?
Yeah, this is actually the first year I've been to some games. I've been to, I think, the K-State game, a couple out-of-conference games, but it's a pretty good atmosphere.
Cool. There's also a game tomorrow. We play UT. Are you going to that as well?
I probably won't be.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Yeah. Okay. So the weather has been very crazy lately. I saw it snowing today, and then a couple of days ago it was just 80 degrees. So
yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, it's definitely Kansas weather, pretty inconsistent. Yeah. So this weekend I'll probably be staying inside a little bit more. Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Unfortunately, I have to work, but after that, I am going to the Lead Center to help record a dance show, and I've been told that they're supposed to hang off the walls and dance everywhere. It's very nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. So, what about yourself?
Not too much. I'll probably watch a lot of TV, do some homework, stay in, do some laundry for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
You gonna watch the Oscars?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the Oscars on Sunday. So there's a lot of shows that are nominated, such as Moonlight and La La Land. Have you seen any of those?
I actually have not. I know my sister's been talking about La La Land. I think she saw Fences too. Mm-hmm. There's a few that I want to see, but I haven't seen them yet. But
yeah, Hidden Fences was a good one. Yeah. So.
Yep. Well, after the break, we'll have news, so stay tuned.
3, 2, 1, and camera 2.
All right, guys, welcome back.
Welcome to Media Crossroads. Located on the second floor of Anschutz Library sits an immersive learning experience like no other. So what is Media Crossroads? A chance to try something new. The opportunity to step in and learn. Going behind the scenes, or maybe giving it a shot in front of the camera.
Good evening, guys, and welcome into Playmaker Central. I'm Lydia Taylor.
Under the direction of instructor Cal Butcher, Media Crossroads provides students with the chance to learn by doing.
You're going to start here just so see that you're on.
So what is Media Crossroads? Well, stop by. Come see for yourself.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Governor Brownback's conservative vision for government in Kansas has led to more tax cuts in state history than ever before. On Wednesday, the Kansas House voted to override Brownback's veto, but fell short by 3 votes.
Since the Senate did not get the votes needed, Governor Brownback's veto on the tax increase stands.
The bill was planned to raise more than $1 billion over 2 years of increasing income tax rates and ending exemptions for more than 330,000 farmers and business owners. Republican Senator Ty Masterson said this bill is to take from the people of Kansas to make our decision-making on spending easier. Supporters of Governor Brownback suggest he made the right decision. A change of attitude towards alcohol on KU's campus is underway. Currently, the university has a strict policy prohibiting alcohol consumption on campus, But according to Memorial Union David Mucci, they are experimenting with alcohol sales at the Lied Center and Murphy Hall. In part of the renovation plans for the Union, they will be adding a sports bar. Mucci said they are in need for outreach, and this is the direction other universities are going in. KU's student dormitory, Oliver Hall, is a topic of discussion not only for students and staff, but also university police. Located on 19th and Naismith, Oliver Hall is identified for housing freshmen and sophomores who attend the university. Thus far in the academic year 2016 and 17, there has been 4 sexual assault incidents reported in the residence hall.
The first report of sexual assault came in October when prosecutors charged John Myers with sexual battery and attempted rape. Police say he attacked 2 women in his dorm room at Oliver Hall. Myers was charged the following day.
University Deputy Police Chief James Anguiano is encouraging extensive safety measures. Anguiano said students should contact University Public Safety with any information of suspicious or inappropriate behavior. Stay with us after the break.
Welcome back. Today we have our fashion segment. My name's Nicholas Brady, and today we have a familiar guest, Megan Murphy.
Hello.
Earlier in the semester, last semester, we interviewed her talking about her sculptures. Today we'll just be kind of chatting about style and some recent pop culture events. We'll be talking about the Grammys, and we're going to be doing a Hot or Not special, which we'll just be going over specific outfits, starting with Beyonce, Queen Bee, one of our faves.
Yeah.
Her outfit and her performance was amazing, very spectacular. Would you say hot or not?
I would say definitely hot. She went out there, she's pregnant with twins, you know, she killed it. And like, see, her headdress is kind of inspired by like this immaculate, almost like Virgin Mary kind of thing. I love it.
Very almost medieval Gothic. The gold, it's stunning. The next one we have also a gold outfit, but not necessarily as spectacular. This is CeeLo Green, or his alter ego. What's the name of it?
I don't remember the name of it. I researched it. This is apparently an alter ego that he's trying to put out there for his new album. And apparently he's had other alter egos, but honestly, I don't know any of those other ones. So apparently they're probably not as noteworthy.
Yeah. I don't know if this one's gonna stick or not.
A for effort for trying to like do something different, but
I think he's off his meds, possibly.
No, like I see, he was compared to like the Ferrero Rocher chocolate bar, like, you know.
There was some really good memes.
The bad guy on Dragon Ball Z, like a Star Wars character.
He did not win, but the internet did with that outfit, and we're gonna go with not on that one.
Not hot.
And then Riri, we got the other queen, I would have to say.
Yeah.
Her outfit, I would say, is that dress is just flowing with glow. And then she kind of has this bandeau top with the orange. I thought that was kind of cool.
Definitely hot. She killed it at the Grammys. Also, like, you know, dancing around. She even FaceTimed someone. She's just like being her own Rihanna self, like doing whatever she wants and looks good doing it. So
yeah, she's
props to Rihanna.
Always killing it. The next one, don't know the name, but she wore a very interesting outfit.
Doesn't matter.
It was political. We'll have it up here in a second. But she basically wore a like a
flag of sorts.
Yeah, or like a sign where you put up for an election, and it was our current president Trump, and it said "Make America Great Again." I don't know who that is, and politics aside, it's just not a good-looking dress. So
no, it's not. She took something that you could see in the street and kind of made a dress out of it. Honestly, just probably put some attention on her, because who even knows her?
I think A for effort when it comes to getting the attention.
Shock factor. Maybe.
Yeah, but when it comes to style and looking good, I don't think she.
I don't think the purse even goes with it. Like, what, she steal that from Queen Elizabeth? I don't know.
Kind of looks like, yeah, don't know what that is. But, and then the next one, so we would go with not on that
Not
one.
hot.
Yeah, not hot. And then this one, a bit more colorful, a bit more, even more risk, but a bit more uglier also.
Yeah.
This
This looks like almost like a knockoff of like 2000 Lady Gaga. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
you know those big like playground things you used
yeah,
to play in?
ball
Yeah,
pits.
the ball pit. That's
She
a ball.
like
That is
jumped in there with a tacky, like sticky bubblegum dress, and she just like came out of there, and all the balls got stuck to her and went to the Grammys like that.
Yeah, not hot.
Not hot. You don't even know who it is.
That's it for today, hot or not. Very fun. And there's another event this weekend that will be having lots of good fashion and interesting outfits, hopefully. Maybe a little bit less risk-taking, but the Oscars are this Sunday. That should be interesting. I hope everyone watches.
I imagine the Oscars like a lot more elegant, really like people stepping up their game, looking a lot like sleek and with the suits and everything.
Absolutely. So. I think music is definitely kind of the wow factor, and movies are, it's more letting movies speak. Speaking of movies, one that's up for many nominations is Moonlight, which we actually both saw at Liberty Hall. What do you think of that movie?
I thought it was pretty amazing. So it's split up into like 3 vignettes of his life where he's like, you know, a child and then a teenager and then like as a grown man, and like you kind of just get like snippets of his life in those like areas and enough to just kind of get you thinking of his life as a gay black man.
Yeah, it was very powerful, very moving. I think that movie should definitely win some nominations, and it's giving some great diversity to the Oscars. We also have La La Land. I didn't see that. Did you see that movie?
I did not see that movie, but it did win a lot of stuff in the Emmys. Or
yeah,
or Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, yeah. So we should expect some wins for that one. There's also Manchester by the Sea, which I heard was very just almost emotionally draining in a good way.
Manchester by the Sea, and that was amazing. The cinematography for that was pretty cool. It was like in Boston, so you had all this like, you know, sea, which was like in the name, but the acting was amazing, like heart-wrenching.
Yeah, so that should be a good one. And yeah, so this Sunday, catch the Oscars. There's also Jackie, which is up for a musical score. And even the fashion of that movie was just, I think, Natalie Portman is fashion icon, always killing it. And
Jackie Kennedy herself was a great fashion icon. Yeah. Like, it was interesting because I saw this movie and kind of they showed how she really influenced a lot of the fashion at that time too, and even like these mannequins that were around the stores had her hairstyle and like all these like suits that she was wearing.
Yeah, so do you think the movie did a good job of portraying that?
The movie was definitely like cool, like it was kind of an accurate depiction of kind of that time, I think, and like it's nominated for its musical score, which I think is a very defining aspect of the movie, so I hope it wins.
Yeah, it all comes together, music, fashion, movies, and that's why we're talking about it today. And then last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about what's your style, kind of just Megan's style in general. That's why I have her on here. I think she's a very stylish woman, and just talk a couple questions about her and her own style. So what defines your style? What would you say your style is?
I don't know if my style has anything like specific, like, because I know there's like groups or like, you know, genres to style. I kind of just go with what I'm feeling like. But I definitely go towards like kind of neutral kind of colors and maybe a grungy look to go with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's kind of whatever I feel like when I wake up, you know.
I think a big part of style is, you know, you can be in that genre. You could be like skater kid, frat boy, but style is really about being yourself and mixing all those different genres.
Yeah.
And I think you do a great job of it.
Thank you.
Personally. And then, so why is style important to you? For everyone, you know, if people aren't into clothes, still why does their outfit matter?
I think style is important to me because I think it's like kind of an extension of myself, to where like when I wake up, I consciously, you know, choose what I'm wearing. So that's like a decision that I make every day. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this decision, and like it's important to me. So like I have like a carefully curated wardrobe to like where like basically I love everything that I have and kind of like constantly work on that, kind of keep up with trends, or just like kind of buy stuff from thrift stores that I like and wear whatever I want. And like I think it's important to kind of express yourself in that way if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, that's it for our fashion segment today. Thank you, Megan. We should probably expect her to
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, she'll be here definitely again. And everyone, have a good rest of your weekend.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
All right, welcome back to Off the Boulevard. A lot happening in the sports world this week, especially in the Kansas sports world. KU tomorrow against Texas. We got to preview this game really quick. Huge game for outright Big 12 championship.
Yep.
Obviously on Wednesday we were able to secure at least a share of our 13th consecutive Big 12 championship, and tomorrow we go for the outright titles. So that's at 5 p.m. Central, and that is in Austin, Texas. So let's talk about this game a little bit. Jared Allen, you know, a lot of trouble the Jayhawks had with him the last time these two teams went head-to-head. What do you think about Landon Lucas's matchup with him?
You know, obviously Landon Lucas had some harder matchups. We know with Kentucky and all the other big guys, Baylor's big men, and I think he's really, he showed up. So I think this Texas game he'll be able to take care of it, and we'll get the win.
Absolutely, yeah. Frank Mason has now moved into first place in the Player of the Year contest, moving ahead of Josh Hart of Villanova, which is an absolutely huge accomplishment for Frank. With 3 left to play in Big 12 play, Frank has a legitimate shot at getting not only an All-American, first-team All-American honors, but National Player of the Year.
Yeah. It'd be the first time since 1988 Danny Manning did it. You'd think there's other people in there. Thomas Robinson got second 2012, but
absolutely.
I think it'd be a really cool thing for the program to get another Player of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I do too. So here's all the best of luck to Frank, and hopefully he tears up the Longhorns tomorrow at 5. So we got to recap Wednesday night. I was in attendance. You missed this one, but I'm sure you'll be there for Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
We dominated TCU, 87-68. The Jayhawks played absolutely phenomenal in the second half. They're only up by 1.5, but just this statistic after winning that game and clinching a share of the 13th straight Big 12 Conference Championship, Bill Self now has 13 conference titles and only 10 home losses in Allen Fieldhouse in his tenure here at Kansas.
Yeah, I thought it was extremely impressive. We finally were able to, blow out a team, the way we should all the time. It was a tough first half, but second half we came out and hit some threes, and I thought Carlton Bragg played pretty big. He had 15 points, and we haven't seen him do that in a year. So it was great to see us clinch 13 straight, and it was definitely fun to watch.
See Devontae, Tyler Self, of course, his 5th one. Obviously, he hasn't contributed much on the floor, but off the floor, things you don't typically see, he does contribute. So he's got one for the thumb now. Let's talk about what happened at halftime of this game. Brandon Rush's jersey was retired, a KU legend. He led us to our 2008, him and Mario obviously, led us to our 2008 national championship over North Carolina and former coach Roy Williams. Brandon, absolutely phenomenal player. What did you think about his time at Kansas and now his NBA career, now with the Timberwolves?
Growing up as a KU fan, my whole life, I loved Brandon Rush. He was a Kansas City native, so I've always followed him, and he was he's an underrated player. Everyone think of Mario Chalmers as the main guy, but before Mario hit that shot, it was Brandon Rush, and I thought it was really cool to see him his name up in the rafters. He deserved it.
Absolutely, and he was he was extremely emotional before the game. He talked about in the halftime speech that he gave. He talked about crying and everything like that. But let's see if we have a little clip here of.
Well, let's go make it short and sweet. So. This is thank you, rock on.
And you can also see Bob Davis coming to shot there at the end. Obviously, we miss him
Great moment.
as the voice of the Jayhawks. But yeah, Brandon Rush is named now forever up there with the legends of Wilt Chamberlain, Paul Pierce, Rafe LaFrance. So congratulations to him. Also on Monday night, KU will have its last game in Allen Fieldhouse for the season. It is also senior night. That means Frank Mason, Landon Lucas, and Tyler Self's last game in Allen Fieldhouse will come on Monday. It'll be a huge game for Kansas. Just to send Frank out the right way, send Landon out the right way. 2 focal points in our team.
We got to get that game. We got to win this game for Frank. I think Frank's going to come up big. Yeah. I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
You know, Oklahoma lost Woodard, so you know they're playing down. So yeah.
And they're definitely a bottom feeder in the conference this year.
Yeah.
But Frank Mason, I think that's going to be his biggest game of the year. I'm predicting 30+ points, his last game ever in Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
So, in other KU sporting news, last night, Kansas hockey goes to the border war in Independence, Missouri, which they lost last season. We were both in attendance. This year, different story. Kansas comes out on top 5-2. Apparently, our good friend Alec Norton had an amazing diving defensive play. What do you think? You watched the game?
You know, I was like in order to get to the game. You know, we had a lot of buses going, and there were so many fans that for KU hockey, I've never seen something like that. And, you know, the support that they got was amazing. You know, I think the program's headed in the right direction, and if we keep this up, you know, maybe we could get something started officially.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like Alex said, it's a different KU hockey team this year. Last year they were kind of middle of the road. This year, you know, much more.
We're currently ranked number 2 in the club rankings, and there's a picture of them right there.
Yeah, there they are. The guys bringing home the trophy back to Lawrence, all the way from Independence, about an hour and a half away. So big win, and you can see Alec there in the front crouching down. So congratulations to that entire team. So awesome. And last but not least, yesterday was the NBA trade deadline. You know, more in professional news here. No noise was made yesterday. I mean, I guess you could say Darren Williams is it wasn't a trade, but he's gonna sign with the Cavs, it looks like. But what was bigger was actually earlier in the week, the same night that the All-Star game was played, Boogie Cousins has been traded to the New Orleans Pelicans to team up with Anthony Davis at Kentucky front court now in New Orleans.
It was the first 2 players to average 20 and 10 since 1997 with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. I think that's
those 2 guys were pretty good.
Yeah,
they had a decent professional career.
I think that's going to be a pretty good combo. You know, they're still 2 games out of the 8th spot, so they still have some work to do. But you know, if they get together, they could make some noise in the playoffs, I think.
Well, what's funny to me is everyone's been saying that, and then last night the Pelicans lose by 30 points to the Rockets at home. And also, the Kings, who everyone said was going to lose by 30, last night they pull out a win at home, and Buddy Hield was on fire. So you never really know. Maybe they were just playing for, you know, whatever. But anyway, so, you know, the NBA, it's going to get really interesting here in the second half of the season. Are there any Jayhawks out there that you're, you know, excited to see the second half of their season?
You know, I'm excited to see Andrew Wiggins play. You know, he lost Zach LaVine on his team. You know, he's a rising star, and I think he's going to have some promise. You know, with made this Derrick Rose trade. You know, didn't go through, but you know, that's more pressure on Wiggins' shoulders to come up and maybe make the playoffs this year.
I think the Derrick Rose trade would have been really, you know, foolish on the Wolves' part. They would have lost maybe a pick or 2, and then obviously Derrick Rose, you know, he would have been a free agent at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They're not going to make a run in the playoffs this year.
They wanted to lead the way for Chris Dunn. You know, they wanted to get rid of Rubio's contracts and, you know, and get all that stuff, but. Yeah, I understand, but I see where they come from.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a great NBA season, or rest of the NBA season, I should say. So everyone, tune in tomorrow, Austin, Texas. KU will be there at 5 p.m., and we are going for an outright Big 12 championship. So everybody tune in and then get out to Allen Fieldhouse on Monday. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on Off the Boulevard.